in here. Alrighty, and we're on the air. What's up, YouTube?
Peace,
Wait,
YouTube.
I was like, welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back. As y'all can see, we have Miss Callie back in the building over here.
peace,
Um,
y'all.
a fan favorite. It was actually personally requested to
Oh,
have you back
really?
on the show. Yeah, yeah. So
Really?
I was
Really?
like,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm back, y'all. Hey.
Yeah, yeah, she's back. She was always gonna come back, like
Exactly.
I
Like,
was always gonna tap back in. But the fact that, you're loved here, I'm like, you know what, I gotta do it. We gotta give the
that's
people what they want.
awesome. That's
Right,
awesome. I
right.
thank y'all a lot. I appreciate that.
Yes, yes. So as y'all can see by the title of today's video, we are discussing what is a simp,
Simping.
right? We're discussing simp culture, simpism, right? I'm excited. This topic is a little juicy. I've been seeing it circulating literally everywhere. So I feel like it would be a bit neglectful not to at least
We gonna
glaze
break it
over it.
down today.
Yes, we gonna get into it. Per usual, I do have questions on my phone. If y'all see me looking down, I'm not playing games. I'm not texting people. Like we're looking at our questions, right? So first and foremost, I wanted to look at the definition of a simp, right?
hmm
Because I feel like it's one of those words that people kind of like make up the definition as they go, right? So I wanted to see like what is a simp according to Urban Dictionary, right?
hmm
What is an actual simp? What does that mean, right? So let's see. Oh, actually, there's a Webster version, right? There's an actual the
Okay.
word simp is an actual word, right?
Okay.
And it means a silly or foolish person. I didn't know that. We just
Well,
learned that today.
it ain't sounding far off from what I would have said, but
Yeah, right, right. But it's less like
I yeah.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Sorry, I was gonna say like I'm always interested to know like the etymology of a word though. Like if you
Yes,
look up the etymology, like what's the root of that simp? Like where'd that come from?
exactly. Because I knew of a simpleton, meaning like someone's like
Okay,
slow or stupid.
that is probably where it come from.
Right, but there's not like that gender attachment of like a simp can only be a
Being
man.
a male, right?
Right, exactly. So we just learned something together, y'all. I did not know that shit. So let me see Urban Dictionary. Oh my gosh, this is already retarded. Like, okay, so okay, so this one isn't gender neutral. It says someone who does way too much for a person they like, right? But then there's a second definition that says a man who puts the hoes before the bros. Okay.
Right, right.
Is any of those resonating with
Yeah.
you?
That second
Yeah.
one is one that I hear what I've heard more recently what a simp
Yes.
is.
Yeah, to the point where I thought that was the origin of the word. Like I thought that's how the word simp was meant to be used. This one
Right.
says a word that everyone overuses without the correct definition. It means a guy that is overly desperate for women, especially if she is a bad person or has expressed her disinterest in him, whom which he continues to obsess over. They're usually just versions that will accept coochie from anyone regardless of who they are.
Mm.
Respecting women does not equal simpery. I like this definition. I like this one.
I like that one too. That one
This is
sounding about right.
this is the one. This is the one that I can put my stamp on, right? But just rewinding a little bit, right?
hmm
The version I usually hear is the second one. A man who puts the hoes before the bros or
Right.
has like I've seen a man get called a simp for having a girlfriend. Like
Right.
and being like loyal to her. Like because we were having a conversation. It was me and like a group of coworkers. Oh, your screen just went black. Can you hear me? Are you
Yeah, I
good?
can. Sorry. Go
Okay, you
ahead.
good now. But yeah, so it's like me and a group of coworkers, and like we were like talking, and something came up about like sleeping with women or like something like that. And the one dude was like, "Yeah, no, I can't really do that. I got a girl." And they were like, "Nah, this nigga is simp." And I'm like, "What?" Like he's a simp because he's in a relationship and he's not about to cheat. Like, y'all are dragging this. Y'all are really dragging this. So the first question that I have is, do you think the term simp gets abused or overused?
It definitely can be abused. I was
Mhm.
just gonna say, I feel like anything that has anything at all can be
Mhm.
twisted around with ignorance, because
Yes.
ignorance is at all times running rampant. Clearly, you know. So
Yes.
it's like just to feed one's ego, like as a dude, oh, because you're basically a hoe. A
Mhm.
man who's being loyal to his woman, is a simp. Like that is literally ignorant.
Very,
So.
very. I definitely agree with that sentiment. I feel like it does get tossed around a lot, especially as a way to like demean men who don't subscribe to like fuck nigga shit, or like,
Right.
like, oh, like,
That
okay,
was the right word. That was the right word. There's a
fuck nigga
category
shit.
called fuck
Y-
nigga shit,
Yeah.
loyal nigga shit, and simp shit. Okay.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was trying to clean it up a little bit, but I feel like fuck nigga is like, that's it. Like, that is politically correct. Okay, that's
Right.
that's a politically correct term. All right. And then I wanted to know, right? Have you encountered a man that you would consider a simp?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I have. I
What?
have.
And
I have.
pause real quick, because I think that this is interesting, because as far as I've seen, a lot of men act as though we women don't know what a simp is, right? Or we don't view men as, oh, you don't think he's a simp because he's kissing your ass, but we know what a simp is, right? Some of us have
Right.
experienced simp. So what was your experience?
um, I'm just gonna say for me, I feel like in the way I would say the definition for myself is of a simp
Hmm.
is basically somebody who's insecure with themselves,
Hmm.
right? On any level where they feel like they need to do things out of themselves
Hmm.
to gain acknowledgement, sense of self-worth and whatnot from
Hmm.
another person. um so I feel like it was under that regard of like the dude just not I don't really feel like that person had really had their own thing going on. Like, when you
Hmm.
love yourself, like you kind of feel like you got your own thing going on with yourself, your own little relationship with yourself. Like it's things you have between you and you know, that other people can't break. You have boundaries for self, right?
Yes.
Um, I feel like that person just didn't have that, you know, but they're not gonna be like, oh, I don't have these things. You don't have to peep through like them messing up repeatedly, because what they're trying to portray themselves to be is not who they really are.
Yeah.
So it was basically just a person trying to convince themselves that they was what I wanted.
Hmm.
Like I would, we would talk and I would say, hey, I didn't like this, or hey, this is more my vibe. Like they read you, they want to know what you're into, they want to know everything about you, they learn everything about you, and then they try to make themselves like they're the match for that.
Yeah.
And it's like no matter how I would say like I don't see this, I don't see this, I don't see this. No, 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 I just need a da da da, I just need a da da da, like
Just give me
and then when
time.
I'm
I can
trying
get
to
it.
right, and I would, you know, at
Hmm.
that time I just let that person. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm trying to see if it could whatever. Let me see what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole other story for me. But basically, like they could never meet the standards of which I wanted. Like they could never be what they was claiming to be from the beginning. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And I would try to leave, and the person, and I don't want to do this anymore. Da da da. It's like that was never pierced in their head. Rejection was not getting through. Like it was like something that the person couldn't make peace with, the rejection.
Yeah.
And that it's okay. Like I mean, it's not a match. Like it's like their whole security would have been diminished, if they had accepted that.
Yeah.
So to me, that was
Okay.
him simping real hard. Um,
Yeah. I would agree. Like, based off of the definition of simp and then just like my observation, I definitely think it has at its core, like you said, is coming from a space of insecurity and self, right? Not really having your own identity as a man, and having your own values, your own boundaries, and sticking to them, right? I don't want you to compromise your boundaries for me. Like, don't get me wrong, we can compromise in general for each
Right.
other, right? But that's another thing. Are we compromising for each other? We're working together, bettering ourselves with each other? Or are you like sacrificing pieces of yourself because you think it will get my attention or it will convince me to stay with you? Like, that's hardcore simpery. Like, if you're like, look, I am a fucking firefighter and my favorite color is blue. But in order to get you, if this is what you want, then I will be a drug dealer, and my favorite color will be red. Like, and
What?
it, like if you're willing to completely like just
Shapeshift.
yeah
You want to
to
be a damn shapeshifter. Like, we
yes
don't need no shapeshifter. Like, and I could have
exactly
dated myself if I wanted me. If I wanted to
exactly
just be with myself, I could have done that. Like,
exactly.
like differences are what makes relationships work, you know?
Hmm. For sure, for
So,
sure. And it's like we can see that difference. And this is kind of like segueing a little bit into a different topic, but it's still kind of the same. Where I'll see men kind of say things like, you know, women don't want the good guys. Women don't want nice guys. They want this. They want X, Y, and Z. Blah blah blah. Or you treat a woman right and she doesn't want it. She runs off with the wrong guy. Whatever the case may be. And I think from my perspective, a lot of it has to do with authenticity to self, right? Because is this who you truly are, or are you putting on this front because you think this is what's going to get me? Like, you think that, okay, I'm going to open doors, I'm going to buy flowers, I'm going to write poems, I'm going to do all this extra shit because this is what the right guy would do and to get my attention. And the reason why I say that is because as women, it's like we see through that. Like, we know, like, y'all don't realize, but when y'all are trying too hard or you're trying to put on an image of something that you're not, like, we kind of can see that and feel that, and we're not into it. And so to
right.
me personally, that's where I would say I've seen simpery, like I've seen simp energy, but I've kind of curved it. Like, I've never been in a relationship with someone that I've seen as a simp, but I've definitely been approached by or like courted by someone that kind of had that simp energy. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just like, you just
Yeah.
kind of like like sneakily
Yeah.
slide away. Like, one day I'm just not answering the phone. Like,
Right, right.
yeah.
And it's so sad, but even in that long-term type relationship,
Hmm.
I had to do that because the acceptance of rejection is like almost like it's not a thing for a
Yeah.
simp. Like, they can't accept the rejection because to them, they a shapeshifter. They'll be whatever you want them to be. So how could I not be what you want me to be? Like, because you're not. And you don't
Yeah.
know who you are.
How can I
Like,
not be the right man? I did
I
everything the
can't
right man would
trust
do.
that.
Like,
I can't trust that. You don't trust you. You don't trust you. What you expect from me? Like, you don't love you. You don't got no boundaries for you. Like, you'll never respect mine. No, like, am I frozen or is she frozen, y'all? Angel. All right. Can you hear me now?
yeah.